Hello, my name is Geraldine Dean, and I'm privileged to be the CEO of Youth Solutions. We are a youth health charity focused on drug and alcohol prevention and well-being. So what does that mean? We work with your young people directly and the broader community that supports them. We want to prevent young people from experiencing drug and alcohol-related harm and injury and help them to live healthy, safe, and well-connected lives. We invest in education, in support, in skill building, and building connections for help seeking to change the path for young people in our community. The less we can focus on putting young people into a box or giving them a label, and instead work towards making our young people feel connected, educated, and supported, the better the health outcomes are for those young people, and of course, their families and the broader community. When someone asks me why they should get behind Youth Solutions, I think the answer is pretty simple. Ask yourselves, do you believe all young people deserve a chance? A chance to be healthy, to be safe, and importantly, to be connected and contribute to the community. This is what we believe. This is why we work so hard every day to do what we do. And it's something we can only do with the support and generosity we receive from our community and from you.
We'd like to paint a picture for you of the impact that drug, alcohol, and related wellbeing issues are having in our community and our country. Drug and alcohol use is the leading cause of preventable disease, death, and illness in Australia. People with mental health concerns are far more likely to smoke daily, drink at risky levels, and use illicit drugs. Beyond the impacts on health and wellbeing, studies show that drug and alcohol issues cost Australia close to $80 billion in 1 year alone. A staggering 1 in 3 Australians drink alcohol in ways that put their health at risk. So, how are our young people faring? From 2022 to 2023, 1 in 10 people who sought treatment for alcohol and other drugs were aged between 10 and 19 years old. 1 in 4 were aged between 20 and 29. 18 to 24-year-olds were the most likely to use illicit drugs, while 30% aged between 12 and 17 had tried vaping. In the same year, there was an increase in alcohol and other drug use by young women. And over 40% of people aged 16 to 24 years have had a 12-month mental disorder. Of the school-aged young people who drink alcohol, half reported experiencing something negative when they did. And yet, only 2% of these school-aged young people sought help for alcohol or other drug problems. At Youth Solutions, we work with the community and young people every day in the hope of changing this landscape.
Our community is rapidly growing, and so too is the demand for health services, particularly prevention services like the type that Youth Solutions provides.
Every day we work hard to break down the barriers for help seeking for drug, alcohol, and wellbeing issues. And everything that we do is about having a positive impact on young people. We shatter false information about drugs and alcohol. It's really important for us at Youth Solutions to continue to challenge stereotypes about, young people who might be using substances, to fight stigma, and to make sure that we can support them in being the best that they can be. Youth Solutions works with young people across different sectors. We work with young people involved in sports, as well as justice-involved young people who might be seeking treatment support for AOD, and obviously within those more traditional spaces like schools and communities.
Our experience with Youth Solutions has been a positive one. It's important for services like Youth Solutions and Community Links to work together to provide that wraparound support. Youth Solutions can fill gaps that we can't fill, and it's important that our young people have all the support that they need. it creates a lighter load for both of our organisations.
I think that Youth Solutions is important for a lot of young people because it plays a really vital stepping stone in like when you have an experience with drugs and alcohol, and Youth Solutions is like a stepping stone to sort of navigate what happens after that. So if you had like a particularly bad situation, Youth Solutions work to sort of guide you towards that, so you're not really alone when you're navigating something like that. But what I would say to a young person that like had that experience is that the hardest part is reflecting first and sort of realizing that something is wrong. So you've already done like the hard part, which is like sort of reflecting on that. So after that, it's much easier. Well, it's not easier, but it's better to reach out so you don't have to face everything alone anymore. So if you do have any experiences with mental health or, drugs and alcohol, it's really good to move forward and then go into places like Youth Solutions that can help you sort of navigate that and be with you during that journey.
And it's a really, really good opportunity for students to be able to see what services are out there in the community, not only for themselves, but also for their families. So they have that support at school and then also when they're at home. Are very positive working with Youth Solutions. So the students have had education sessions and it's really good for them to be able to hear that from people other than teachers or their parents, trying to tell them about different risk factors that are out there, and also to have that connection with the services to be able to get advice, see what sort of support they can get, not just at school. Yes, definitely a very inclusive environment. Some of the students, like I have had them in class, and some of the things that I've heard them discuss in the workshops is something that I would never expect them to open up and talk about. So that's really good for them to be able to have that opportunity and seek advice, I guess, and support around those topics.
I'm making a pot for my mum and I'm doing the resting place symbol in the middle, just a simple one.
I really enjoyed how they teach us both about culture and about like support systems and how to get help and how to help other people.
We did a lesson about accessing support and mentors and stuff like that, and there was this guy, he taught us his story. And he said to challenge your elders respectfully, so probably that. I think it was like really inspiring.
I liked learning about all the different kinds of like helplines that can help you whenever you're struggling, and like learning about what drugs are safe and what aren't safe.
So together we can make a difference, and it does take all of us to help young people through the challenges that they might face. And it's really important to reflect that it's not just about numbers, it's about young people and lives.
We really need support from you to keep meeting that growing demand for services in the diverse community that we serve. We are achieving some great things and having real impact at Youth Solutions, but this is largely because of the incredible support and generosity that we receive from the community. Youth Solutions is grateful to currently receive 50% of our funding from New South Wales Health and the Southwestern Sydney Local Health District. But in order to meet the demand for our services and to best support our young people, we rely on you, our community, and your generosity. When you support Youth Solutions, you promote health, you prevent harm, and you fund hope.
Thank you, Youth Solutions.